New me, who are you, boy? If you're in my way, you better move, boy. I don't ever miss a cue like schoolboy. Ain't no telling what I'ma do, boy. Ha, 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 ha. I bet you thought you had me figured out, but nah. I'm way too unpredictable.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Tech Disruptors podcast. My name is Darren. On my left, the shiny guy over here. This is
Jason,
and below me,
hello, it's me.
Is Dan the man. I know. He's back from the dead. We haven't seen him in a while. It's been a little while.
Yeah, I've been actually dead.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We resurrected him. How you going, Dan? What's new in your world, buddy? How's things?
Oh man, all sorts going on here. Too much, almost too much.
We had a little discussion yesterday about some changes coming to your world really soon. I don't know if you want our listeners.
Most people know anyway. It's not really a problem, but yeah, we are expecting our first child.
Yes, congratulations! Well done.
Thank you very much.
Yes, nicely done.
Kids are a blessing.
Yes, they are.
And a curse sometimes.
Dan, when's the expected arrival date?
The end of the year.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's okay.
New Year's Eve.
Right on New Year's Eve, baby.
Yeah.
Love it.
Timing. Good timing, eh?
Well,
that would be
I'll
great
tell you
if it was New Year's Day. That would be amazing.
Well, it still might.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe.
That would be. Can you imagine a New Year's Day baby? I'll tell you a funny story, Dan. This is what you can look forward to. Do you know that? This is probably a little early, but do you know the sex, or are you keeping it a surprise?
Finding out tomorrow.
Oh,
well, you're gonna find out. But are you gonna know what it is, or you don't want to know?
We'll know.
Okay.
Are you gonna do a gay gender reveal party? Because if you do, I'm gonna just defriend you. I swear.
Do you even know me? Do you even know me? Come on.
I can see he's going to have a pink and a blue balloon.
Yeah, you're going to get the balloon. You're going to pop it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story. So my guy's 11. And so he heard this at school one day. And God bless his innocence because he doesn't know what it means. He comes home from school and he was having an argument with a friend in the front yard. You know, like schoolboys do. And I just hear my son yell out, "I'm going to beat your meat." And I spat my coffee out. I went to the front door and I went out there and said, "Noah," that's my son's name. I'm like, "What did you say?" He's like, "I said, he's making me mad. I'm going to beat his meat." I'm like, "Hang on a second.
Are the neighbors outside?
Just come over here for a second. Come over here, young man." I had to explain to him that it wasn't appropriate what he was saying. I didn't quite give him the full context. I'll let him discover that one day in the next year or so. It was funny, interesting. It's an interesting thing.
What I find funny about kids is that at a certain age, you know, I'm very sarcastic, and people will say something, and I'll turn into something kind of stupid or funny, and sometimes it's not appropriate. And kids say things not knowing. I'm not going to give any specific examples, but I don't know how many times my 10-year-old will say something, and I'm like, you want to say it, but it's like, they're going to repeat this at school, and yeah.
It's okay. I mean, they're going to hear worse at school than they do from us. That's the way I always think of it.
Worse.
Yeah, a lot worse. Yeah, not wrong there.
Well, just make sure your kid, whether female or male, tends to avoid Sony phones, because they won't be around by then. But
they probably won't.
I mean,
we can get into that if you really want to, because
we will come back. I actually wanted to start with a very uniquely British story today, Dan. Ooh. It's funny that you were coming on. We had no idea Dan was coming on until about half an hour ago. So it's always nice when it's a surprise.
Just like, you know what? Yeah, sure.
But I want to start by showing you a classic cell phone commercial. Now, I'm going to give some context to this. A second, but I'm going to play this one so you can see it, and we'll see what
3210. Going back a bit.
The new dual-band Nokia phone. Fun outside, serious inside. With Nokia picture messaging and long operating times. And express-on covers you can change on both sides. Nokia, connecting people.
Okay,
no wonder
now
why Nokia is bankrupt 5 times.
Hey, listen, that's the CMF phone is basically Nokia, but we'll come back to that. Yeah, I know. Oh, sorry, shots fired. But I'll come back to that. But I want to start with this story because this caught my attention earlier in the week. So a British boarding school is trying to curb smartphone addiction. At Eton College, Dan, you probably have no idea where Eton College is. Well,
Eton is the place that has produced. If I think of what it is, it's what produced most of our prime ministers and whatever else. So it's Eton's very famous,
illustrious college. We'll say. Okay, so they've come out this week saying that in September they are banning smartphones. However, you are allowed to have a what was the phrasing they used? Non-connected device, offline. A offline Nokia cell phone, which we believe to be the 3210. Maybe the modern day version.
So they don't specify which one. They're just saying Nokia.
No, I had to do a bit of digging for that.
The Snake version.
I had to go digging, but on another
as
couple
long
of
as
websites,
it comes with Snake, it's fine.
Oh, that's exactly right. Right. So I had to go digging for what Nokia phone it was going to be. So basically they're saying they're allowed to have an offline cell phone with a simple number pad that can only make phone calls and send text messages. And this was a guideline that was sent out based on guidelines from the UK government, which I'm assuming, Dan, here in Canada, we're having a big problem with that too now in high schools and elementary schools, smartphones just destroying kids. And in September here, funnily enough, in Canada, they're also in high schools now putting in a smartphone ban. Now, we don't know what that looks like, and I'm not even sure if you guys know what it looks like in England. Maybe a bit like this, which would be amazing.
Maybe.
So my question is, will this work, Dan? Will the offline Nokia cell phone rekindle the dumb phone? Will this be it?
Well, I mean, the dumb phone's going nowhere, but I think it's a good thing in terms of kids, pupils, whatever you want to call them. Weirdly, I put out a tweet not long back today asking if their kids should have smartphones
I saw that.
Under 13 years. I specified under 13 because I thought like teenage, going from before teenage years.
Yeah.
And the responses have been very interesting, but overwhelmingly the poll says no.
Yes.
Which I think is a very, I don't know if it's necessarily just because it's the tech crowd that are more aware of things.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like there might be a little bit of a change going on where people are actually realizing that, these things are actually terrible for our kids.
Yeah.
Especially being on social media. So they're doing the same. It's the same with schools. I mean, it's all you see, kids just messing around with stuff in class, whatever else. It's a distraction, and it's a big distraction.
I mean, technology's here. It's not going to change.
True.
Yeah. When video games first came out, they all thought we were killing people because of the video games we were playing.
Yeah.
I think we should embrace cell phones, but just have, like, my kids both have cell phones. Now, I waited till my oldest was 13, but I just couldn't wait. My 10-year-old got one when she was 10, which I didn't want to do. But we have very heavy restrictions. So they turn on at a certain time, turn off at a certain time, and every app only has so much time. So, like, YouTube is linked. They have, like, tiers, so it's only set to their age level. And they only have like 2 hours per day to watch, if that. Now, during the summer, we give a little more leeway. But I think if we just are smarter about it, instead of just giving our kids a phone and saying, okay, now they can self-entertain themselves and we walk away and sit down and have a beer, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's necessarily bad for kids. We just got to be more vigilant, I guess. I don't know. That's how I feel.
So just digging a little bit more into this story, this is actually on the BBC. So this is what I understand the school to be doing. So they're actually going to be giving the students in grade 9, boys, I'm assuming it's a boy or boys school. I don't know for sure, but they're actually going to be giving these students the device. So I'll have a look at this. It's on the BBC
that's kind of
website.
cool. Just to have one of those, I think that'd be pretty cool.
So basically,
You said 3310.
the 3210, I believe it is.
Is it the newer version with the color screen? Like
I'm
the new ones,
assuming
I'm
so.
pretty-
Probably. I would
They could probably
Yeah,
get
it'd have to
that
be.
in
Yeah.
a bulk.
A bunch
but
of retro devices.
Dan, is £52,000 a year a lot?
Yes.
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 Because
Yes.
looking at this, very interesting how much it costs to go there. That's a lot. Seems like a lot of money.
I mean, that's not far off. I mean, it's a little bit too much information, but it's like not far off our like entire household income for like the year.
Right.
But,
So,
but
like-
Dan's
So that's
not
a
telling
lot.
you, growing up,
Yeah.
Dan went to a school that was £75,000.
Ah,
So
well,
he's
you
like,
know.
Yes.
It's just why I'm
holds
so
his nose.
smart. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's why we invited you on, because this is the smartest live
So,
stream on the internet.
An interesting
Hmm.
strategy here, and I think this is what they're going to do with a lot of these schools, is it looks like they're going to roll it out to the grade 9s, and then the grade 10, 11, and 12 students, I think they're going to
It's
have
always the grade
restrictions.
9s, man. It's always the
But
grade
I
9s.
think it's a good idea, because by the time they get to grade 10, 11, and 12, they're used to having a dumb phone. And there's no expectation for them to know what a smartphone is or to have it at school. So it's kind of like a slow rollout, I guess we could call it. But
Well, let me explain. Do they stay there on campus?
It's boarding school, so
it's
yeah.
a boarding, yeah, it's a boarding
Okay,
school.
I was saying, because if they
Yeah.
go home, they're going to have access to those smartphones when they go home.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I get it. Yeah, okay.
But interesting. Now, Jason, you said your 13-year-old has a cell phone, if I get that right. You said your daughter has a cell phone, Jason?
Yeah, you cut out. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry,
My
yeah.
13-year-old and my 10.
Sorry, I cut out there. I'm sorry.
I'm like, what did you say? Yeah, my
Now-
13-year-old and my 10-year-old, yes.
So my 11-year-old has for the lack of a better term, a dumb phone. So he only has the ability to call and text. He doesn't have any data on his iPhone 6. Yes, iPhone 6. But this year, he's in grade 6 now. Has he started asking he wants a new phone? In fact, his
course.
birthday's coming up. Yeah, which
Uh-oh,
I mean,
hold
I
on,
get.
Hold on.
Yeah,
The big question is iPhone or Android?
I would probably get him an iPhone only because he communicates with his mother through iMessage, right? Which is and my
get him on
wife's.
Telegram. What is this crap?
I know, but I have a bunch of
Darren's an enabler.
dumb Android phones, but
And is it
He's
an
isn't
iPhone
goes per
enabler.
RCS? They'll be just fine.
I know it's true. It's true. I don't think the iPhone 6 is gonna get RCS, but it's a nice thought nonetheless. Okay, now moving on. Speaking of dumb shit, can we talk about Amazon for a second? I know we don't talk about Amazon very often, but I feel like it might be time. So,
Are you talking about the store or the Amazon forest?
no,
well,
the store
this is
itself.
important.
It's important. It's about the gorillas in the Amazon rainforest.
The trees.
The trees. So, as is the process of most of these websites and companies now rolling out their own AI chatbots, I'm going to give you one quick guess. Amazon's AI chatbot name. Go, Jason. Don't look it
The
up.
little thing at the corner of the screen, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm not
Yeah.
looking up. Well, we've already talked about it, so it's not fair for me to answer this question. I already know what it is.
Dan, do you know
It's
what it is?
I haven't got a clue. I'm going to say something stupid like forest.
Okay,
but
I'm
there
gonna
you
give you a
before
clue.
you say anything,
Yeah.
before you say it.
Yeah.
So I've seen that little symbol on my
Yeah.
Amazon app for.
Oh,
about,
is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah, and I never use it
Yeah.
because I don't care.
It's funny enough
And you know
because I
it's
got
gonna
the
be ca-
update,
Yeah,
I got
and
the
it's only gonna be
update,
catered to their
but then my
shopping,
app
right?
stopped
It's not gonna-
working. My account
I
wasn't
love it.
accessible or anything. I couldn't get into it. I was like, what's going on?
So, Dan, I'm
Just
going to
a
give you a
stupid
clue.
symbol.
I'm going to give you a clue here.
Go on then.
Think dog's name beginning with an R.
With an R.
Yes. Now, I think that's the best clue. Oh,
Ralph.
not a bad guess. Not a bad guess.
Who names their dog Ralph?
Roly.
No, I'll give you one more crack at it. 3 choices.
My grandma actually, my
Ronald.
grandma and granddad had a dog called Roly, to be fair.
Rolling, nice.
Okay.
We could be here all
Roger.
night.
It's still an R name. I'll give you one more
Roger.
crack. Not Roger, but good guess.
Randy.
Rufus.
Romer.
Rufus, of course. Yes.
Rufus. So this, as you guys mentioned, this little icon popped up on my Amazon app too this week.
Can I just say though, what a bloody terrible name.
That's a horrible name. That's what I was going to talk about.
Hold on, Dan. You just told us if you have a boy, you're going to name him Rufus.
Rufus, yeah.
No. We've already discussed
Awkward
this.
now.
We're going to call him Corey.
Corey. Oh, okay.
Yes, because it would
Like
be
us?
Corey. It would be Corey Rice.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. I thought it was after Corey Feldman, which would have been more impressive.
Corey Rice.
I know.
It's fine.
Yes,
Yeah.
I get it. That's a British joke.
It's a
I
very
got it,
British
Dan.
show, but,
I got it.
I
I
don't
got
know.
it.
You didn't
We all
react.
know in reality.
I
when you're
did.
naming a
I
kid,
didn't want to laugh out
I'm
loud.
just,
It's
you know,
very
it's
UK.
fine.
when you're
It's
naming
fine.
your
It's
kid,
all right.
it's not about you. It's about the wife, what she wants. Come on.
No.
Have you
Oh,
got any?
okay.
Just curiosity, Dan. Have you got any front-running names yet?
Oh well, I've got front running names. Whether they'll actually make the cut, I don't know.
Right. Is it going to be like Northern Star or something ridiculous like that?
I was thinking Ivor.
Ivor?
Yeah.
Just call him Xperia, buddy. Just call him Xperia.
Xperia. No.
That's
Ooh, yeah.
that's a good one. I like that.
I'll do CMF.
You know, if it's a female,
CMF.
Amazon's getting out of the Alexa business, so you might be able to
Yeah.
name your daughter Alexis.
So actually, let me
Alexa,
just.
Alexis.
Is Rufus going to replace Alexa? Because this is meant to be the.
Ooh.
No,
No.
it sounds like it's more
Hey,
shopping.
Rufus, turn on the
oriented.
lights. Fuck you, Darren.
Could you imagine you
just-
bring a girl home and you're like, Rufus, who the hell's Rufus? Where's
Rufus, yeah. Oh, I would be looking for
You
a
just said
dog.
there was some-
I'd be looking for a dog, 100%. Rufus is a dog's
Yeah,
name.
but
I
what
don't
if
care
you went
anyone else-
Rufus, turn off the lights, and the lights turned off, and then the
Off.
voice just went, okay.
in a dog's voice? 'Cause that would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Just to creep you the hell out.
Okay, so this was just rolled out for all US customers in beta. But essentially,
It's
it's
only for
another
US
one of
customers?
these.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, I have it on mine, ironically. So I don't
Good.
know if the Canada got it as well, but it's on mine as well.
I
But
have
for
it
the
on too, yeah.
for the
Let's
unaccustomed,
have a look.
it's a chatbot to help you shop. Like, look, this example.
sign
What
it.
do I need for a summer party? Here are some great options: outdoor string lights and an inflatable pool. Because
Well,
that's
think
what
about it.
everybody
It's
needs.
genius because the next generation doesn't want to type. The less possible physical
Yeah.
interaction they have to do, the better. They could just
Yep.
say, "What do I need for this?" And AI will find the most popular products and offer it to you.
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
Perfect.
100%.
When's Walmart going to have theirs? You know,
Oh, I
Walmart's going
love
to have
it.
one.
Listen, I got to be honest with you. I know Alexa can order for you. I don't know if you've had an Alexa assistant where you've said, "Hey, Alexa, order me some toilet paper," and it just shows up at
Do you
your
remember the
house.
little buttons they used to have? You could click a button.
Yes.
I had a bunch
Yes.
of those for like toilet paper and stuff.
Yeah.
I was so lazy.
Yeah. Yeah. For those of
You
you
know
who may
happy
not
with that?
remember. Yeah.
What's
It
funny about those
died.
buttons is when I threw it away, I didn't take the battery out first.
Oh.
And I probably hit it like 6 times, and I had to go in there and like cancel that.
He's got enough
Gotta
toilet
TP
paper to
some
last
houses
him
at that point.
forever.
Yes.
Ever.
So basically, this new chat assistant is going to order things on your behalf, or maybe make suggestions. Is probably a better way to put it. I don't think Rufus is the right name. I think it's a stupid name.
I'm going to ask Rufus something right now.
I think you should. Please ask it, what do you need for a podcast? I would love to know what it suggests here.
What do you need for a podcast?
It'll recommend you a bloody Blue Yeti or something like
Yeah, we're going to see what it says here.
that.
Fuck you, Jason. Fuck you.
Oh my God. Having the right equipment can make a significant difference in the quality
is
of your
true.
podcast. It says, it just gives you like a, the Rode and NT USB, and then what is this?
That's
A PreSonus
interesting.
audio box,
Oh yeah.
and Audio Technica ATH M50X headphones, a pop
Okay.
filter, and
Mhm.
a podcast mic stand.
Okay.
But it,
Yeah.
it gives you like a little blurb, like, having the best equipment can really help your podcast. Here are some.
Yes.
Here's some of the cheapest ones.
What is Walmart
So-
going to call theirs? Wally?
Oh no.
Oh my god, that's an amazing name for a.
Wally.
Yeah,
Well,
like the
yeah.
movie,
So-
man. I
Yes.
love it.
Dumb question.
Yes.
Walmart, obviously they're in Canada,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
And they're in the UK, I imagine.
In Australia, we've had this discussion. They're called Big W, but keep going.
Walmart.
Yes.
Do you have Walmart? I don't know. I don't know.
I can't remember
No,
if
you
they own Asda. I can't remember if they own Asda.
Yes,
Maybe.
that's like your
might be
chain,
different.
right?
Yeah.
Britain? Yeah, I saw that there. Yeah, okay.
One
So
of the
basically,
supermarket
every
chains.
country would have to have a different. Because Amazon's Amazon no matter where you go.
Yeah.
But if Walmart's different names in different countries, are they going to change the name of their
True.
assistant?
That's a good.
I call
that's
it
a good
Marty.
question.
You said Astra. Is that what it's called?
Asda.
Asda.
So they're going to call it.
Asda,
Is it going to be called Ass?
Oh no.
Hey, ass.
Yeah.
I need something for my chafing. Yeah.
Here's some
It's an
toilet
interesting
roll.
I would love to see them customize the name of the assistant for the country you're in. Now, not just that. Think about like the Google Assistant. So instead of saying, hey, Google, you said, hey, fucking kangaroo in Australia, or hey, like, I don't know, hey, queen.
Why would you say
in
"Hey
Britain.
kangaroo"? Isn't that kind of stereotypical?
I don't know. I'm just.
That's like going to
I'm
UK
just
saying
spitballing.
"Hey
That's
rain
the whole
cloud."
point.
You know,
Hey, rain cloud.
Mate, we've
Oh,
had so much fucking rain.
here too. In Toronto, it's been fucking raining every day. What
We've
the
had
hell's
no
going on,
summer.
man?
Okay.
Like we've had like 2
Dan, I
days.
got to ask you something. This is totally off the subject, but it got me going here. So I was watching something on Netflix or some news article about
Oh,
how
yeah?
there's a knife problem in Europe,
Oh yeah.
in the UK,
Yeah.
Mm.
and there's a series on Netflix called Supercells. Have you seen this?
Funnily enough, my dad told me about it the other day. He's watched it, so
It's not
I need
bad.
to
but
watch it.
It's all about knives. No one has guns. They're all stabbing each other with knives.
No, that's literally the problem. We've got kids running around with machetes, man.
See, how come in the U.S. we have guns, but we can't have knives? I don't get it.
You don't need
I
them.
don't get it.
They got guns.
You don't take a gun to a knife to a gunfight, right?
Yeah, why not?
That was a side.
It's a knife.
You got a light, buddy?
Yeah, sure, kid. There you go.
And your wallet.
Oh, here comes the knife.
Nick, give him your wallet.
What for?
He's got a knife.
That's not a knife. That's a knife. Just kids having fun.
Can we all agree? Okay, maybe we should. Dan, I'm not sure how old you are. I'm only 14, but the 80s was pretty terrible.
That was
saying
amazing.
movie-wise, I'm saying the 80s, like style, like the clothing was terrible.
Listen, I don't know about you, but I
Yeah.
walk around wearing a crocodile skin vest all the time.
Yeah,
Right?
in a red leather vest with cut off
It's
sleeves.
true.
With a
Very
white
Michael
t-shirt underneath.
Jackson.
I think in terms of what's fashionable these days, it's probably a lot worse.
Actually, you know what's
Yeah.
funny? It's funny that you say that. So I was in Buffalo yesterday, and I went to one of the stores there, clothing stores. There's a lot of what I would call grandpa fashion coming back.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
so
That's been
a lot of,
happening here for a
like-
while.
Like 70s patterned cotton button-up shirts.
Haven't you
and,
ever heard
like,
Macklemore's thrift shop? I mean, it's
I
been out for a couple
know.
of years now, but that's all he talked about.
Yeah,
I mean, we
it's
had
not-
I worked in opticians, and a few years back they started to come back in with the like the 80s style sort of really big
they
like
glasses, yeah.
aviator style glasses, but just like obviously clear lenses.
Yeah,
Like they started coming back, and everyone, all young
Like
people,
the Jeffrey
wanted them.
Dahmer style.
It's yeah,
the Jeffrey Dahmer.
seriously.
So creepy.
But like, yeah, exactly. But like, that's what they were all getting, and I'm like,
Hey.
why?
Listen, I don't attempt to understand fashion. I attempt to understand tech.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
when you come to tech disruptors, we don't only talk about tech; we also talk about
You
fashion.
got to disrupt it too.
Listen, you got to think about all the
That's
things
our
we
other
talked
podcast.
about. Yeah, that's the only
Fashion
thing.
disruptors.
Okay,
Only fan-
so let's talk about a brand that's disrupting.
Never heard of them.
Disrupting.
Disrupting.
Can I
so-
just say one thing though? Can I just
Yeah.
say one thing?
You
Because I
have it.
think in the early days, well, not the early days, but back last year when I was on this podcast with you guys and we were talking CMF, and I was like, you know what? I think they'll make a phone with this brand.
Yes, they will. Yes, you
There
did.
There we go. In the
Yep.
bag.
Wait,
now,
they made a phone?
Jason, Dan, you both have it, right? Yes.
Mm.
So let's go for those
Before
of
we
you
go any
on-
further, hold on.
Yeah. Let's.
I got to ask Dan a question. So,
Oh god.
when you opened your phone, did you just get the
Yes.
phone, or did you get any of the accessories?
I got the SIM removal tool.
So, if you watch the videos, I was under the impression I'm getting the SIM ejection tool and the screwdriver.
Yeah, I
and
thought that as
opened it
well.
and I didn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
The screwdriver.
I
only
got the
comes with
green
the
one.
backplate, right?
Oh, you got the green one? Damn you.
Yeah.
so
I wanted the
This
black
was the only
one.
one in
I
stock.
got
when
the
I'm
kickstand.
pre-ordering.
but
Oh yeah.
here in the U.S., you got to be part of the beta development program to get it, I guess. I think. And I ordered the blue back, didn't come in. I
Oh.
ordered the watch, didn't come in.
Oh.
And I ordered the earbuds. So everything was ordered at the same time, but the kickstand and the phone is the only thing that actually came in. So I'm not sure
So you
what
didn't
happened.
even get the buds either.
That's what I meant. The watch and the buds. What did I say?
I don't know.
I can't remember now.
got the
the
Buds
blue
Pro.
back plate as well.
Yeah.
The blue back plate. But I was doing a video and I'm like, damn, I can't unscrew this damn thing. So I had to get like a
Oh.
full-size screwdriver to
Yeah.
open it because I didn't
Yeah.
have a screwdriver.
Yeah.
But
Bloody
But
hell.
doesn't
ahead.
the screwdriver come with the back plate?
it probably does. That's
Oh,
what
okay. That's what I thought.
so when I
So,
looked
yeah.
at when I looked at Nothing's website and it says what's in the box, it doesn't say screwdriver. It says SIM
Yeah.
ejection tool. So
I only put my pre-order in a couple of days ago, so the only thing that was in stock was the black phone.
I was
nothing else.
trying to
Really?
get the black one.
Yeah.
I was going to
well,
order
the
it
orange
from-
one, is not out yet. At least here in the U.S., all you can get
Mm.
is the black, green,
Yeah.
or the blue.
We could
But
actually
I think-
order you had the orange sort of list or red, what you
Yeah.
want to call it.
But accessory wise, I couldn't get the lanyard or the
Oh.
wallet case.
I didn't even see any of the accessories. I saw
Oh, I
the
thought it
back,
was a
back
kickstand.
plates, and that was it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
In the UK right now, Tuna, you can buy all three.
All
The
three, all the phones.
Green and the orange. Yeah. I'll show it to you.
I just want the accessories. I don't care what color
is
it
this on
'cause you
Amazon?
can change the back plate.
That's
You can get
Amazon UK. Yeah.
but you can get a new back plate and you can change the color whenever you want.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I need to have a look now.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
I
are you
just
looking
saw
for?
it. He wants to look at he was looking for accessories now. He wants to see.
Oh, mother!
It's a good deal.
How's it cheaper
It went down on Amazon.
It did
for
go
you
down,
guys.
didn't it?
on day
Yeah.
one?
Now hold on. What version do you have? You paid how much for yours?
It's the same one, the base model.
But what's the base model?
128
8 gigs,
Yeah.
128 gig storage.
What, I thought the base model was 6 gigs, 128. Then there's an
I think
8
it's
gig
8,
128
yeah.
and an 8 gig 256. I thought. I don't know.
Huh? No, I think it's 8, 128, 8, 256. I think they're both
So
8.
did you get the earbuds as well, or you just got the phone?
Just the phone.
I
Man,
got
if
the
I'd
watch,
known
the
it was
earbuds.
Amazon for cheaper
Yeah,
For the
I'm not making
record,
bad.
it
in
would
all
cost me.
colors. Are you fucking kidding?
Can I do the Canadian conversion here? 'Cause I
Dan's
wanna-
not listening to you. He's pissed.
Yeah.
I'm gone, mate. I am so gone.
So
You know what's
Canadian
sad?
conversion.
Yeah.
$350.
What's that?
$350.
That's too much.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot. A lot.
I'll
I
be
mean, it's
honest with
100.
you.
Yeah.
Dan, what do you think? Now, it doesn't have NFC, which I could give 2 craps less.
Yeah. What's your initial impressions? I'm curious.
I
too.
like
I
it.
got to
Yeah.
update today or yesterday. Or no, when I
I
turned
got
it
the
on.
update today as well.
Yeah, and the camera's surprisingly not as bad as I thought. But I will tell you what's
Mm.
weird is I was taking pictures in my house today, and I had HDR on, and I had it on natural mode.
Yes.
And when I clicked on the picture, it looked good, but then I did the processing thing, and it looked worse.
I had that. I had that as well. My first photo, and I realized it was the night mode. For
Right.
me.
So I turned the night mode off, and it still did it. I turned the
Really?
HDR off. Yeah, I don't know if
Hmm.
it's something. Maybe it's just because the lighting was bad. It's not a perfect camera. But I'm telling you, for $200, this is by far
In,
the
in
best phone I've
decent
ever had.
light, it's actually really good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not bad.
And the selfie cam as well is really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm yeah, I can't believe how
And
good it
Nothing
is.
OS has been out for a while now, so
Mate,
it's,
this
it's
OS
ironed out.
is
There's
still
not
one
a
of my
lot of issues.
favorite. Like on the phone one, it was good, but on now it's like
How's the
It's great. It's
speed
smooth as
and
hell.
fluidity be?
No problems
it's
here for me.
smooth, man. It's smooth.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
the MediaTek the 7200 and the 7300. I've had phones with both of them.
Mhm.
And I even have with an 8020, which is weird. I've never had any problems with it. It's not going to be a powerhouse on Antutu.
Yeah.
Who gives a crap? You can
Yeah.
play most games. It's for me. I'm tired of all the $1,200 phones that all
Yeah.
look the same. When I can pay $200 for a phone and get a little thing, something a little different.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And this
Change
is
the
a little bit
back.
different. I think it's cool as
It
hell.
feels good in the hand. It's more
It
solid than I
feels
thought it was
really
going to
good.
be.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of wish we'd get more phones like this, but with
Yes.
like higher end internals.
Sure.
Yes.
I'd
Yeah.
love that, and some better cameras, and this kind of build.
I
I'd
have
be
to
all for
tell
that.
you, I absolutely love the industrial build. I think it's fucking stunning. I really do. I think it's one of the best looking phones that have come out this year.
You want to hear something else?
Yeah.
Nothing has released all the files so you can 3D
Oh, the
print
CAD files.
backs,
Yes.
the CAD files. People are going to
Yeah.
go, well, I'd hope. Like, it doesn't have wireless charging, but you know, with that back, you can put one of those little pads in there, plug it at the bottom, and cover it up with the back plate, and you're going to have wireless charging. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many things they can do, different accessories. Now, a lanyard,
Yeah.
I'm not really big a fan of. I just wanted to get it to see how it looked. I'm not
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
hang it around my damn neck, but it's still a cool option.
It's actually cheaper for me to buy it in the US, but I can only get the green version. And you know how I am about colored
God
fucking.
damn.
It's not really green. It's really not green. It looks like more of like an aqua to me. It looks green here on the camera,
Yeah.
but in person it looks like a aqua color. And I didn't really care about the color, like I said, because I ordered the dark blue backplate.
I
Yeah.
really
What
wanted
hell
the
it is.
colors, man. Honestly, if I'd known it'd be on Amazon for that price, like pretty much same
Yeah.
day, like I would have just ordered from there. God damn
Yeah.
it.
How much would you have saved?
A tenner.
Which is a lot. That's what,
Well,
50 bucks Canadian?
Yeah, a tenner. And I got the bloody colour that I wanted.
Yeah, it's.
Bloody
Well,
thing.
now that you already have it,
I know.
I can 100% recommend it. The only issue I have it T-Mobile, and it gets 5G. I had a weird issue where it went into E mode, like emergency, like didn't have service, but it was like for a second and it went back. I haven't tried AT&T here in the US, but I've had no reception issues.
I haven't had my
And
SIM in it yet. So.
This is my main phone right now because I got rid of my Vivo.
I know. Traitor! Traitor!
So what phones you got at the minute then? What else?
I've got the CMF, obviously, the Pixel Fold 1,
Mm-hmm.
the iPhone 15 Pro Max,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. I got a Blackview phone with a thermal camera, but that doesn't count because it's not really a phone.
Look
Yeah,
at him
it's
go.
about an inch thick.
It's a thermal sight.
but
It
it's-
is.
Yeah, you can like check hotspots around Windows and stuff. That's what I basically got it for. So
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the CMF phone. I know we're all
Sorry.
gushing over it, but
I love
so
it.
for those of you who are a little unfamiliar, CMF is a sub-brand of the brand Nothing, who you may have heard of with their glyph lighting and Carl Pay toting stuff. The big selling feature here is that you have these interchangeable back plates, like Jason mentioned. You're getting nice screen, decent battery, from what I hear, a good camera. For $200. I don't know. When was the last time we had a $199 phone that actually did as well as this? Like I have to go
You
down
can't.
the fucking
Motorola.
You can't.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's only got 2 years of I think 2 years, 2 OS updates and 2 years of security. But who cares?
Yeah.
If you have, again, I know Dan, we're going back to having kids, but like at 13, if you want to get your kid a phone, and I know here in the US, it's all Apple, but if you don't want to spend a whole lot of money and you want to get a new phone, this I think would do most of what everyone needs. The only thing I don't really care for is they put a freaking what is that? That weird secondary camera that doesn't do crap.
Mm-hmm.
I would have rather.
Depth sensor.
I know, but I would have rather not put anything there.
Single cam.
Yeah, a wide
Single
cam,
cam
nice,
and give
but
us NFC.
If they would have
Done.
put a wide cam in there, it would have been cheap and crap. So just give us the single cam. Would have been just fine.
Yeah, NFC
know.
instead.
Yeah, exactly. Well, even with NFC though, if you have a smartwatch, you can still tap the pen.
Yeah, I did that today.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
Does it pair well with most smartwatches, or is it only like the CMF one?
I have it with my OnePlus Watch 2, and I had
Okay.
no issues at all, and a smart ring at the same time, and it's worked fine.
Is that the cock ring or the one that goes in your finger?
Oh no, I had to return that. Wasn't big enough. So,
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
you know how that goes.
Yeah. Extra,
Yeah.
extra small, I know.
You know it is.
So along with this phone, which 6.6 inch AMOLED display, 120 hertz refresh rate, 50 megapixel camera, 8 gigs of bags of RAM, all that fun
It's
stuff.
smooth.
It is. So that's what I was going to ask you. Like, okay, so comparably to say an iPhone, percentage of smoothness.
I think iPhone tends to overdo their animations, which
Yeah.
makes it feel slower.
Okay.
I think I don't know. I mean,
Well,
compared
where
to
would you
Google
rank it?
Pixel, like a Pixel?
Pixel?
It's as
Okay.
smooth as a Pixel.
Yeah.
I would say, like my
Yeah.
Fold. It's pretty similar. I wouldn't say it's exact. You're paying.
I think
$200 for
you
them.
can tell it's not as nice a panel as the higher end phones,
It's a good
Yep.
screen though.
but it's still a good screen.
Yeah.
It's still a
Is it
really good
bright?
screen. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
seems pretty bright.
Okay.
Auto brightness is a little bit whack, but
And the thing, it's
Other
a
than
new
that-
phone. They've already released an update. They're going to be more updates.
so yeah, it was
for
a
Yeah.
big change log as well. Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
updates in there. Day
Can I
one.
tell you, one thing I do kind of miss is always on display. They don't have one.
It's a raise to wake situation, isn't it?
Yes, and it works.
Yes.
So I downloaded
Yeah.
one of those always on
Yeah.
display apps. That was a big mistake. Within
it
like
kills
an
your
hour,
battery?
50% battery.
Yeah, I was
I
going to
deleted
say.
that thing quick.
I don't think they've ever used those since 10
I
years
know.
ago.
I was
they've
just
been
reaching for
updated.
something to see if it. But yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You raise it up, it tells you what's on the screen.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I actually think that's probably better for battery anyway, right? I mean,
It
I
does
know we
good
like
on
to have it
battery.
on.
It's good.
Yeah,
The battery.
it had in the GSM Arena tests, it was the
Mhm.
highest I think ever in battery. It was
I had it
16
all day with
plus
me
hours or
in my
something.
office, and when I'm busy at work, I don't stare at it, but checking stuff and looking at it. I think it was at 97% by like 3:00 in the afternoon. Like literally,
Nice.
I don't know how it
Yeah.
lasts that long.
Now, along with this fancy phone is a fancy watch. So the CMF
Hmm.
Watch Pro 2.
So this is the first
Um,
one.
That was the first
Hmm.
one. I actually like the look of the Watch Pro 2 more than
Terrible.
the first one.
No, it was terrible. The first one was terrible.
Okay,
Gone round though now. Round.
They're
the correct
rounder?
shape for a watch.
Well, let me
so it is a
clarify.
great shape. Yes.
It's a cheap watch. It does the basics well. But what's
Yes.
weird about, I hope they fixed it on this one. When you install the software on your phone, it has a little notification in your notification bar saying that it's always running. If you scroll up and close it out and it goes away, it doesn't connect to your phone. You had to have the app. It was really
Oh,
weird. It would,
okay.
like most phones, just stay in the background running. I
Yeah.
hope they iron that out. But what I've been told between the first one and this one, it's basically the same. Obviously, there's a bigger battery in the old one.
Yeah.
It's square, but
Yeah.
it's mostly software changes and it's a little bit faster, a tad bit faster.
Yeah.
I like the look of it, and I think if you,
Well, it looks nice, yeah.
I seriously for $300, I got a watch, a phone, an accessory, and an extra case.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I mean,
And they work. That's the thing. They work.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to go like even into mid-range prices for things. Like
Yeah.
it is actually really, really good. I enjoy using this more than I've enjoyed using this more today than most of my other phones.
isn't that
you
crazy?
go.
I feel the same
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
But I think that's, what I think it is too. I think it's like the value proposition. And I think we, as we are tech people, so we buy stupid shit. But the everyday consumer, I think, is looking for something
Are you
that
saying
is
stupid
affordable.
shit like this?
Yeah, exactly. We'll come back to that fucking clown show
I
in
know,
a second.
It's coming.
But I think for your everyday consumer, like Tuna said, if you were buying this for like your child, your teenager, but I mean, again, it's not an iPhone, so it ain't
Well,
shit.
even
but
for yourself, if you're on a short budget.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you needed a cell phone that worked well, and a watch that could be bought for fucking $60-$70, sure.
Well, Canadian, it's about 300. But anyway.
oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, how much is the watch in US dollars? 49, is it?
59 or 69. I can't remember.
Okay. So, I mean, I like the look. Like I said, Dan got it right. I think that the circular design is the way to do it.
More
Unlike
elegant.
some other fucking Korean company clown show who's making a squircle.
Mm,
But we won't come back to that. Well, that's coming. Don't worry. That's coming.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Now, last little bit of fun. If you wanted to buy the whole ecosystem, they also have the Buds Pro 2.
Which I
Now-
ordered, but they haven't been delivered. I'm kind
I have heard very good things about the Buds Pro 2. And someone posted a review today saying that they are the best noise canceling earphones for under $50.
Okay. So I had the original version, the Buds.
Yep.
And for $39, by far, the only headphones I use.
Yeah.
So the noise canceling isn't very good on them. But like I walk my dog a lot, and it's windy out. When you're windy, back in the day when they first came out, you would hear the wind. And
Yeah.
I've called people, and they go, "We don't hear any wind," and they're $39. Now the difference is this one has dual drivers.
Yeah.
It's something I heard, like a planar, like tweeter setup or something, and then the little knob there on the case is actually like utilized.
Yeah, it's like a yeah.
That's crazy.
Now, Dan, you just have the phone, but would you buy the watch or the buds if you?
Watch, I'm more interested in. I think. I do kind of want some more buds, so I'd be kind of tempted to try those because I've only got some Galaxy Buds 2 at the minute, and they're a bit naff. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I might give the buds a go.
If they're like the first ones that I have, they're gonna blow your mind. I mean, for the price, you can't beat them.
So this is CMF. For those who are looking for something affordable, they have released a whole bunch of marketing stuff. I think they had an event in New York City. I don't remember. I think it was like a live thing where you could cut like a pop-up shop. I think they call them a pop-up store.
It had to happen in the U.S. I don't think it had to be like really late at night or early in the morning because I woke up and it was available. I'm like, what the? I didn't see the live event. So I must have missed it.
So part of their marketing campaign has been to get people's attention on X and social media, and this was something they posted earlier today.
I'm in the hill and back.
Jesus.
Okay, I'm gonna beat you.
I swear to God.
Bed.
Dan,
you sound surprised, man.
Good dogs, stay where you are. Come on.
That's what that means, Dan. You see what happened to Darren? He's gone.
Yeah.
I made him disappear. That's what really happens when he does that kind of stuff.
Michael Peppertop.
You want to see this clip?
A little bit different of the scene, you know.
I don't think he saw me.
It's a different scene to last time, at least.
Yeah, wait for it.
Oh, it's coming.
What is that?
Acting.
What is he, crazy or something?
Is that Rufus over there? Dan, are you regretting your choice to come on today?
That clip might be better than the one we usually use.
Let me say one thing. Those who are watching and those who listen in the future.
Yes.
If you haven't watched, is it Mac and Me?
Mac and Me, that's correct.
I highly recommend this Emmy award-winning movie. The soundtrack could be a Grammy winner too. It's probably got fantastic sound.
It won.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It did,
wow.
yeah. Mike's in the chat. He said, "I'm here for Dan and Darren." Thanks, Mike.
Oh,
yeah, we like that, Mike.
All right, so let's rip off the.
You didn't see the other one. Look at this. That was your footage of your first time.
Yeah.
Wait a second. What was that? I missed it. Oh, I missed.
Oh, here we go.
Footage. Oh, yeah, first time driving. I'm sorry. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's talk Samsung.
Thank God.
Samsung.
And before you go into it, that event, that Unpacked event, made me even more happy to have the CMF CMF phone. Honestly, it did.
I saw that Sydney Sweeney was there.
I would go for that alone.
Hold on, back up.
I
didn't watch the event. What happened?
Oh, so Sydney Sweeney was a celebrity ambassador in the actual live note. And
she uses an iPhone. Yeah. Bull crap.
Oh, I know she did. Yeah, anyway, so they did that AI cartoon generator shit on her, and she
I can change her.
Yes. Yeah.
Will you stop talking about her? We're really close. She's a good friend of mine. So
I know it's true, and very hot. Anyway, Samsung event has released their slew of folding phones and Ring.
Don't get me started.
Not a cock ring.
Okay, not a cock. Let's go. Can we start? No. I'm not starting with the Ring. I'm starting with these fucking clown show.
Oof.
All right. The flip.
Hold on, you can't say clown show because Dan might be excited about these devices. Dan, were you excited when you saw the reveal of these devices?
No, but
what?
I wouldn't mind a Fold 6, but there's no way in hell I'm paying that much for one.
And that's the other thing. It's such a lame release that the only way I would buy a 6 is if I've never owned a folding device. That would probably be the device to get because it's the newest one. If you got a 5 or a 4, it's not worth it.
I'd like the Flip, but I think I like the Motorola one more.
Me too. Motorola one.
Yes.
Hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I watched it, unfortunately, and wish I could have my time back. So, okay, let me just explain. So I've always pre-ordered the Z Fold. Every year for the last 3 years, I've pre-ordered the Z Fold, and I always return it within 15
See, I'm the
days
opposite.
because-
I pre-ordered the 1, 2, 3, and the 4, and then I was done after that.
Yeah.
No more.
Now, I went a little bit different of approach this year. So I saw the release. I went, that looks pretty shit, like we called last week on the podcast.
I like the green. I do like the green.
It's a good color, yeah.
Now, can we just talk about the Fold for a second?
Sure.
So I went into my local Samsung store where they had them on display. I love the design of the Fold 6, but that's it.
The Fold 6, you said?
Of the Fold 6. It is very light.
I like that. I looked at it today. It looked quite nice.
Yeah, it's boxy in a good way, not like a Samsung S24 Ultra kind of way, which pisses me off. The crease is still there. It still has that horrible glossy interior.
Terrible inside camera.
A terrible inside camera, a shitty battery, same cameras.
The rest of the cameras aren't great, yeah.
Well, what's it going to take for Samsung to say, hey, let's stop being complacent? I mean, they have competition now. Or are they just so far ahead right now they don't have to worry about, kind of like Apple.
It's kind of like that, I think.
What was that?
I think it is kind of like that. They're selling way more than everyone else. So they're just like,
yeah, whatever. They don't care.
We'll
just keep coasting.
Possible to save the most
keep coasting
money.
and make back as much as we can from the R&D, and that's it.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
And I think honestly, the $100 price increase, I think, is just to cover R&D. I honestly think that's
Probably.
what it is.
What R&D?
Like
they haven't changed that much to put R&D in.
Well, no, I mean, look, I think.
Well, they are doing R&D, but they just aren't implementing any of the sodding
the other stuff. Yeah. Well, okay, so here is my theory, right? So remember, let's flash back to this time last year.
Okay.
And I made the comment. I said that this last year they pumped all of their R&D budget into changing the Z Flip. Next year, this year, they'll pump all of their R&D budget into changing the Z Fold. But they did. That's exactly what they did. Their R&D budget for Folds, which I imagine is crazy low because of the fact that it's a foldable and foldables are fucking expensive and they need to make money. The only thing the Fold 6 has going for it is the design. If you like the design, go and check it out first, is what I'll say. It got my attention. I think it's a very nice looking device, but nice looking
and feels nice.
But it doesn't justify.
Like, we're bored.
The price not nice.
Well, like, slab phones are boring. We all know that. And folding phones are honestly getting stale too. How many times? The only way you can really change a folding device is the aspect ratio, right?
Yeah.
There's not much to it. So that's why like the phones like the CMF appeal to me more because it's a take. It's a standard phone, but a different take. Something. I mean, modular phones aren't new. I mean, Motorola did it. It's just something different. It's not expensive, but I'm just kind of bored with foldables too. I don't think there's enough iteration. Now if the Pixel Fold 2 has better cameras and keeps that aspect ratio, I'd be more interested in that because I prefer that aspect ratio.
You see the new Honor one?
I did.
Yes.
It looks beautiful.
It does. But
so
it's not supported over here. So we in the US we're stuck, you know?
Yeah.
Well, the website that Tuna and I somewhat frequent is PDA Plaza.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
No, not that one. Sorry. They're dangling a giant carrot in consumers' faces today because they have the Magic V3 for sale. And it is almost, here in Canada, $800 cheaper than the Z Fold 6.
Jeez.
Yeah, but it's Chinese, right?
But that's the catch.
See, I can't
that's
do
the
that.
catch,
No.
right? I'll be honest with you, and this I was thinking about this. You remember the Oppo Find N3 Flip? It was a global version, had triple cameras.
Phone.
One was a telephoto.
Yep.
I'm tempted to go back to that phone.
To the Flip.
Especially if you wanted a flipping form factor that isn't Samsung or Motorola.
Right.
That one has better cameras. It has a MediaTek 9200 processor, which I think is the same one that's inside the Vivo.
No, 9300.
Oh, and that's 93. Okay, 93.
Yeah. Still, 9200 is probably a pretty
Yeah.
good processor.
A battery that's the same size as what's in the Z Flip 6 right now. And it's a global version. So you get 5G and you get all of that other fun stuff. That was a very overlooked device. The N3, which became the OnePlus Open, overshadowed it.
Right.
But you could pick that up now for half of what they want for the Fold 6 and maybe $600 less than the Z Flip 6.
But I'm in the minority here. I'd rather have a Fold than a Flip because I feel like with a Fold, I know maybe I'm a boomer, but with a Fold, you can use the outside cover screen like a regular phone and not have to open the phone. But with the Flip, I don't care how big that screen is. There's going to be times when you're just going to have to flip it open more. And I feel like just bending a screen, I don't care how much you make the hinge better, it's going to eventually cause errors. And I don't want to have that risk. And I've never had a problem with any folding device screen.
Yeah.
And with the Flips, I've had a couple where they start to crease a little bit. And it's just like, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. So... But if I had to go with a Flip, it'd be Motorola right now. At least in the US. It'd be that new Motorola.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like flip phones until I tried the Motorola. Because I had the N2 Flip first, and I hated it.
Yes.
I think mostly because the hinge was bloody awful. But the Razer 40 Ultra, which I think was Razer... It's the Razer Plus for you guys, I think.
Yeah, it was a good device.
It was really good. I really liked it.
Bad.
Took it to London, and it was great for like just using the outside screen, like navigation and stuff, and it was spot on.
I mean, there's an audience
Michael
for each
Fisher's
type,
video
right?
on the both versions, and actually the cheaper version had a better camera.
At least in my
I saw
opinion.
that. I actually thought the pictures came out better on the cheaper version.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
It probably just needs optimizing more than anything because I think the cheaper ones got the same as last year's
so
flagship.
It's more optimized. That makes sense.
So I think the new one's got the zoom lens and stuff as well. So
the problem is Motorola's not known for optimizing their devices.
I've been tearing down this for the last month or so that I've been still wanting to get the Motorola Edge 50 Ultra.
And PDA Plaza.
Dan's got the Pro, but I want to try the Ultra. And what's funny is I actually had the Ultra and I ordered it and then I canceled it.
I will get the Ultra in at some point, but
I want it because of the periscope zoom.
Yeah.
And I want to try the new Snapdragon
8S Gen 3.
See what it's about. But that Honor 200 Pro has been calling my name. It's so many phones out there.
Mine too. Now, this is PDA Plaza, Jason. Moto Edge 50 Pro.
That's the Pro, though. Not the Ultra.
They don't have the Ultra yet.
They do not have the Ultra.
Yes, I know.
But that's got a Snapdragon 7
Gen 3.
3, okay.
It's pretty good.
I saw your camera samples. They look pretty damn good.
This is for Tuna, because Tuna didn't get to see this. Here we go.
God.
Hi, I'm over here.
Is that
Welcome to Unpacked.
Thank you.
We've used your portrait to generate a 3D image. Should we take a look?
No. Just leave camera on
What
her.
do you think?
Oh, I love it.
She's an
It's
actress.
amazing I can take an image like this.
You look absolutely amazing.
Thank
I
you.
mean, thank you so much for joining us today.
She's wondering what the fuck she's looking at.
She just went.
If you watch
fucking
Madame
Samsung.
Web, she killed her. She almost killed her career being in that movie.
Yeah.
What movie?
Madame Web. That movie.
To be fair, I think she's the only one that came out of it well.
You're right. Yeah, she was unscathed.
I mean,
the most
it was
unreviews.
funny, like how she just ended up in like every thumbnail of all the like film reviewers and stuff. They just kept using her. And
I know, hilarious.
Brilliant.
So other things that Samsung released, their stupid fucking Squircle Watch Ultra, and I'm calling it a fucking Squircle because that's what it is. It's
Can I
not
tell you
a
something about
square.
this? So I had it in my cart, and I was going to trade in my 6 Classic. I could have got it for like $235 or something US.
Yep.
And then I was watching some reviews, and I don't know if you saw Mr. Who's the Boss, and he said it was lagging. Like, it was laggy. Now, it could be pre-production software, but I'm thinking it didn't do enough to justify
Or
its
it
Ultra.
could just be Samsung.
Yes.
Well, the new processor is supposed to be really good.
Yeah, but it's Samsung.
Samsung,
but my 6 Classic doesn't even lag.
It says,
Like, I don't have
well, I
much
mean, it's
live
going
in
to be some sort of software optimization thing. but
Right. But I
You'd
can't
think they'd have it
justify
ready, wouldn't you, for people like
Yeah.
reviewing and stuff.
Yes.
So
But we've
Samsung.
talked about this before, me and Darren. Companies nowadays, what everyone's talking about, they release products on the promise that updates will fix all the issues.
Yep.
It's like they do the R&D after it's released, when it gets into the hands of the consumer. But they're
But
just
see-
blatantly copying everything off Apple this year. It pisses me
It
off.
is. It, honestly, like besides, okay, the folding flip devices Apple doesn't have, so that's the only originality you have there. But this is just an Apple Watch Ultra.
It is.
With a
not.
different,
It's
different
not an Apple
face.
Watch Ultra. The
Well,
Apple
it's
Watch
not
Ultra
as
offers
good.
a hell of a lot more features than this thing
Oh,
does.
yeah.
It's like a bigger battery, and that's about it.
Yeah.
To me.
I mean, it's a cheaper imitation, basically.
It is.
Right.
Now,
Um,
can I ask you a quick question? What are your thoughts about the Ring? Because here's a fun fact: Canada doesn't get it.
You don't
I
need it.
kind of want the Ring.
Interesting.
Here's my problem with the Ring. It's $400. That is
Mhm.
ridiculous.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wow.
You know, I bought a smart ring off Temu for $17.
It's true.
It
Does
tracks
it
my
work?
sleep,
Fucking
my
old.
steps, my oxygen, my heart rate, and it does a decent job. I get it. Samsung's going to have a lot more.
So what you're
Does
saying is you need to do a review or a comparison between that Ring and the
Yes.
Samsung Ring.
I think he
Ooh.
does.
But not
He
for
does.
$400. Sorry, Samsung. You want to send one to me? I'll take it. But I'm not
Hey,
paying
that's
$400 for it.
that's a sub winner. That one.
That's
That's taking
Well,
you
the
up
one
to
I'm wearing
2K.
right now, this one right here. This
Yeah.
was a $99 ring from I can't remember the company, and it's
There you go.
by
You've got a
far.
17, a 99, and then a 400.
exactly.
This thing has
You
been the
should've-
best. The
Mate,
problem
you've
is
got the
you
video on lock. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go right there.
You know what, you guys? I appreciate the help.
Yes.
You're
you
welcome.
should just spend all of your money on Samsung products
So-
and just go all in.
I was
Dale
gonna-
Von's here now as well
Speaking
to
of
tell you the
YouTube,
same.
Yeah.
So my channel just passed 1,000 subscribers. Yeah,
Hey.
Well done.
but now
Well
you
done.
get you get monetized, right?
Mm.
And it
Yeah.
shows you how much you make. And every day I look at it and I'm like, hey kids, I can almost get 3 gallons of gas now. It's like $11.
That's how it starts. I mean, you know.
I don't. It's not about the money. It's just I have fun doing it. It doesn't bother me. So
I think the Ring might sway a few buyers, especially if you're not someone that likes to wear smartwatches. I know there's a lot of people
Same.
out there that
yeah.
I've become an anti-smartwatch person.
I can't sleep in a watch. That's my problem.
Yes. Yeah. That's
Just
so okay.
can't.
So I want the sleep tracking features, but I'm afraid of fucking wearing a watch because I know I'm just gonna whip my arm into my wife's forehead and leave an apple.
And I just
wear my
don't.
watch every
I just
night.
don't like the feel of a watch on when I'm in bed.
and that's a
It's
personal
Yeah.
preference, and that's why I think they're good at doing this. They got the Ultra and the 7 series if you want to wear a watch, but they said if you wear both, they actually work together using AI to give you the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
a
heard
closed
that
circuit, a closed loop, perhaps of biometrics.
They
Wait,
communicate.
is that a walled garden?
No, no walled garden. No walled garden. So I think the general consensus from a lot of people in the tech community has been that this has been a bit of a bust. They're too expensive. There's too much.
Very expensive.
Yeah. I did the math here in Canada. If I traded in my iPhone 15 Pro Max, they would give me $1,050 for it. The Z Fold 6 would still cost me $1,500 on top of the trade-in.
So you bought 3 of them,
Of course I did, yes.
one for each of us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Darren. We appreciate that.
I know. I
Thank
like
you.
phones, but I don't like phones that much. That's for sure.
Lies.
Okay. Last story for tonight's show. And this is about the Pixel. Now, the big news this week was the pricing leaked. And it's not good.
No.
Brace yourselves, because it's going to be a fuck show. I'm going to zoom in here.
Everything is
good.
going up. I don't understand.
It's not
Like,
good.
everyone's so surprised. Everything's more expensive.
So the leaks on the Pixel series
Ooh, that hurts.
have come out. So this is what they're estimated to be. This is not confirmed, but it's from a very reliable source. Now, the Pixel Fold coming in. I want to start with the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Let's just scroll down a little here. The 512 gigabyte, $2,200 USD. That would be
I'm telling you now.
$8,000 Canadian.
Yeah, and Gemini better make me breakfast in the morning. For real.
make you breakfast. It better crawl into my bed with a robotic hand for that
Don't know.
price.
What do you want to do with the robotic hand? I don't get it. Massage?
I need to scratch my back. I got itchy back.
Right. That's what I thought you were going to say. Correct.
That is a bump in price.
See, I saw $1,800 US for the Fold, like similar to what Samsung's offering. Still too much, but
it's a lot of money. Now we're bitching at Samsung.
About the Fold 1? Didn't we complain about
the
Fold 1?
We did, yeah. The Fold 1 was fucking $8,000 in Canada.
I mean, look, I still have the damn thing.
I didn't get it.
I love it. It's still my favorite folding device.
Really?
Hands down.
Yeah. It is good. It is good. I won't disagree.
I still kind of want one. I'm still tempted to swap out the Sony for a
Pixel.
Well, I hear on August 13th, Google's going to release these new phones, and you can get the Fold 1 probably really
cheap. Yeah. Well, in the secondhand market, you can pick up the Pixel Fold for a decent price now. Like they're going for about $1,000.
I think Joe's got one. Joe's got one.
Joe bought
one. He swapped his Pixel 8 Pro for one.
Oh, okay.
And I think they're roughly selling for about £600 now.
Hold on. He traded his 8 Pro for a Fold 1?
Yeah.
If you wanted to try it.
I know, but the 8 Pro is a hell of a lot better.
But the 8 Pro was probably worth it. It's probably in terms of like value, it's about the same.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
So he just wanted to try it because he'd not tried I don't think he tried a Fold. So he wanted to try something different.
So we talked about this, me and Darren did. Do you, of us three here, I'm most interested in the Pro XL, depending on what they offer.
Yeah.
And probably the Fold. I mean, I'm more likely to get a Slab than the Fold, but the Watch 3 as well.
Yes. Yeah, if they bundle them, that would be decent.
The problem is being in tech, this sucks because I have so many new watches and new phones. You can't
earphones, headphones, fuck me.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track. I mean, I'm a little bit upset that Google's raising prices because there really isn't a reason. They're not using a Snapdragon processor. R&D cannot have changed that much. The design is really not that different.
How much do you want to bet that Google's done this prior to Apple's event? Apple's going to be in the same boat. They're going to raise everything by $50 to $100, but no one's going to complain about the Apple because they're going to have the M16 Pro UI, Apple Intelligence, and everything else, and the toaster. So
look, I love Pixel devices. I'm going to probably buy the Pro Fold because I couldn't get the original one here, except through like a shady third-party seller. I had to go to his house, which was super creepy.
Did he have a van?
No. He's just like, you have to take these pills. One's green, one's red. I took both at the same time. See what happened. I don't know. I mean, look, I'm hoping this is fake news, to say the least.
No, this could be a price increase. I just don't know. It's different because this is like translating pounds to US, and it might be a little.
It could be a fair bit different,
right?
Yeah. I mean, look, if we see camera improvements, I think that would definitely sell me on the Pro XL. I think that would be nice to see.
How much better do you need them to be? The pixels are fantastic.
100%. Yeah. Oh, no, I completely agree. The cameras.
Anybody who wants to snap and shoot a picture, I would recommend Pixel. Or
the 8 Pro is still really good.
Yeah.
Really
Pixel
good.
or Vivo, Jason?
Ooh, I think I had.
You had to pick
Vivo.
one.
The Vivo.
Go to Vivo.
100%.
I need to try a Vivo. That's one thing I need to get.
I sold it, but you have to sell where the market's hot because a new-ish is coming out, and you got to sell when you can make the most money. So that's what I did.
Agreed. Yeah. Well, listen, that actually brings us to the end of the Tech Disruptors podcast. I know Dan's getting a little tired. It's probably, midnight there, Dan, right now?
It's 1 a.m.
1 a.m. Jesus.
I thought you were going to a party after this.
Yeah, he's going to... He's going to...
Look at his face.
I am the party.
I am the party. He brings the party. So thank you very much, Dan and Jason, for joining us on the Tech Disruptors podcast. For anybody that's tuning in on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, thank you very much, first of all. Please hit that like and subscribe button. We are on YouTube. You can catch us on X, and you can catch these lovely two gentlemen also on those different social media platforms doing amazing things. But in the meantime, that brings us to the end. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for everybody that's in the chat.